Peace, peace, Lord of the Perfect Black. What's up, family? Join me for this divine lecture. We're going to talk about black male street culture in the United States of America from the 1960s. A great documentary for y'all to watch would be Bastards of the Party. Bastards of the Party shows how the Black Panther Party was the foundation of the Crips. The Crips is probably the oldest black street gang, and the original premise was about protecting themselves against white racists in California called the Spook Hunters. And then, you know, you got the Bloods, Piru branching out of the Crips. And then you got the fighting over, you know, turf. And then later you have the drugs introduced. And, you know, a lot of times police used to drop off Crips in blood neighborhoods and vice versa. So they helped, you know, keep the craziness going. But what a lot of people didn't know, definitely the root of black male street culture is the Black Panthers, Bastards of the Party. Make sure you check that. And then you go to Chicago, you have you know, Larry Hoover and, you know, the Folk Nation and all these guys over there. And then you have the drugs coming in over there too. And then you got the folks, and then you got vice lords and all these. And then you got the police involved again. And you got the deaths. And then you got some guys making $2,000-$3,000 a day. And then you got some people not even making that in a month. So it was very attractive. You know, the crack era in the black community is where a lot of men saw the most money that they ever make in their lives. And that's a damn shame. And now, if I'm over here in New York, you got the Bloods and Crips. How did the Black Panther Party? It's the foundation. It's a documentary called The Bastards of the Party. It goes into great detail about how the origin of the Crips come from the Black Panther Party. And it wasn't about black people killing each other and selling drugs to each other at first. It was about protecting the community from white racists, because white people back then used to confront black people. You know, white people don't really do that today, but back then they would confront you like 5 or 6, 7 deep. So they had to organize, and that's why you get these different sets. That's how you get these different sets, which are different, you know, areas where they were organized to protect themselves. And then you know, yeah, like I said, you go to Chicago, you have the Folk Nation, the GDs, and they have some Moorish science. You know, some Moorish science is involved in you know, they got the 5-point star in some of these Chicago gangs. And if you go to the origin of the names of the Crips, is Community Revolution in Progress. And then the Bloods is Brotherly Love Overrides Destruction. So it's about unity. But when you throw drugs in the mix, I'm making $3,000 over here, and you starving. You know, you got rent to pay. So you wanna get your gun too and hope and post up with me and hustle next to me. You wanna shoot me or shoot somebody who you see as a threat. And there was a lot of money back then. And then you come to New York, you got the Supreme Team, which was a gang. You got you know, that's a gang from the 80s and 90s, and that was a drug gang. Cats making thousands of dollars every single day, and looking for the fast buck. You know, none of that money is in the black community anymore, though. Everybody, but I heard, you know, during that time, a lot of black men used to own street corners, laundromat here, diner over here, barbershop here. That's why if you live in a black community, You know, one of the only businesses we have left for barbershops. A lot of those guys, they probably won't tell you, but a lot of them are ex-crack dealers, you know, especially around my way. I wouldn't put any names out there, but that was a way to make a lot of fast money back in the 80s and 90s. Now, you know, you got Crips and Bloods in New York. You know, they really have no real connection to the original beef. But, you know, they have people that brought sets over here. They said the dude OG Mac actually went to LA and, you know, I think he got permission. I don't know. Don't quote me on the details. And he started the Blood set in Rikers Island, which was to organize again, it wasn't born out of negativity. It was to organize against the Latin Kings. And then you have the Crips, which were also people that I think they said they came from Belize, and you know, and then connected with people from the West. But you know, the system needs the gangs to kill each other, because there's nothing wrong with being in a gang. The Republican Party that these white people in, that ain't nothing but a damn gang. Democratic Party, nothing but a gang. Congress, Senate, police departments, COs, nothing but gangs. But when your gang has your primary enemy as somebody in your same race, now you got a problem. And, you know, I think they said since the 70s, we have about a quarter million of gang-related homicides in this country. It's a lot of people, man. You know, a lot of people want to join up to be, you know, a part of something, coming from a single-parent home. And I actually heard in some communities, you had to be down. The shit was so crazy. You know, you say you live on 110 Street, and then you go to 114 Street, everybody up there is the other gang. So you had to be in the gang of your neighborhood, you know, and you had to be, you know, connected. That's how it was. But and now a lot of these gang members, they using scamming credit card shit. But I don't have a problem with that, because I think that's a victimless crime personally. I don't endorse it, but that's not a crime like where selling drugs is a, you know, a lot of people lost their morals, man. You had women out there doing anything for a hit. You had people selling drugs to people that they knew their whole lives, older women, older men, selling drugs to people in their family. You know, people, when they get hooked, they start selling TVs, start selling everything, lending out their kids. You know, it's crazy. It's and we still have this gang element. Like, you know, King Von got killed the other day, which was a rapper who was a core street dude. You know, he put it down based on the little that I know of him. You know, he lived that life. He was not just a rapper. He was actually, you know, they have, I don't know what gang he was in. I think something called Old Block. You know, he was putting in that work. So, you know, shit happened. Shit came back. Just like Pop Smoke was a Crip. Pop Smoke got killed. I think they said he got killed by Crips. Nipsey Hussle was a Crip. He got killed by some Crips. You know, Tupac. I think they said Tupac got killed by a Crip. And then Biggie got killed by gang members. So, you know, the system has steered our secret societies, because gangs are nothing but secret societies. You know, they got secret handshakes, certain codes. You know, I've even seen, you know, living in the hood, I've seen gang members give each other a bunch of codes, like, and then they just jump off and pop off on somebody. They got their own language. Just like, you know, sometimes you might see these world leaders. They might be in a meeting and they're throwing different hand signs. They're talking to other people in the lodges who they're communicating to. So the gang thing is nothing, you know, to be say, oh, it's completely garbage, or you need to all, because it has unity in it at its core. But a lot of these cats, man, I know people that have been up north. When you go to jail, your big homie's trying to fuck your baby mother. You know, people ain't sending you no bread. You might have put in work for the set, and people ain't sending you no bread. You just going out of sight, out of mind. But you know, at its core, the gang element, it can be, you know, if we flip it around and had it as, you know, some type of defense, because a lot of those guys are warriors, man. They ready to, they bang it out, man. They kill, fight, but their consciousness is at a low level where they only can see two enemies. A black man is their enemy, and the law enforcement, which they run from. Black men, they ready to kill, shoot, stab. Police come, they run in, or you know, they will kill 5 niggas. Let a cop come, put their hands behind their back. But I want to thank everybody for coming through. Like I was saying, the documentary is called Bastards of the Party. I don't know if YouTube still has it, but they used to have it in the shows, you know, because the Black Panthers itself formed out of Malcolm X ideology. You know, that was about policing the police, because just like now, a lot of police brutality, and they had a military response to it, you know. And you know, J. Edgar Hoover and them other people didn't like that very much. But I want to end on that note. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.